This is a public service announcement. Welcome back. All right, so I'm gonna take a couple minutes today to talk about the virus. All right, so yeah, you probably haven't heard about it by now, right? All right, so I'm gonna try and be serious about this because this is a serious matter. All right, so here's the answer. Can you avoid contagion? No, you can't. Sorry. But here's one thing that you can do. I'm actually going to tell you a couple things. I'm going to tell you many things that you can do to minimize your risk of getting sick in general. But most importantly, everyone talks about the coronavirus these days. So I want you to have some peace of mind about this one. Okay? So the most important thing that you have to avoid is freaking out. One of the things that is more detrimental to your immune system is chronically elevated cortisol levels. And there is strong evidence showing that that will actually play a role against your immune strength. All right. So the first thing is if you are by the minute paying attention to the developments of what the virus is doing and how it's spreading and all stuff, please take it with a grain of salt. I know it's easier said than done, but you do absolutely want to not freak out. All right. So that's the first thing. Secondly, there are things. So the most important thing along with that is, and this is for you to just think rationally. You cannot avoid exposure. You cannot avoid exposure. All right. So, and this is just, I'm just going to give you an example. God forbid you are in a place, so it is said that it's not transmitted through the air, but through contact, fluids, and things like that. But God forbid you are in a place where someone is infected and that person sneezes 5 meters away from you and one particle of the saliva, one little droplet of saliva lands anywhere in your skin, whether you're wearing a mask or a helmet or a radiation proof, suit and gloves and stuff. If you get any of that in your skin within seconds, it's absorbed through your skin and it goes straight to your bloodstream. So good luck with that. Avoiding exposure is not necessarily going to make that much of a difference. I'm not talking about you just going to concerts and stuff and, like whatever, going to a rave or something like that. Come on. I mean, but avoiding exposure within regular limits will not make that much of a difference. Now, the things that you can do are improve your immune system, right? So, because that is the one thing that is much within your control, all right? So, doing things like avoiding sugar. Oh my God, it's the end of the world for sure. Avoiding sugar, avoiding freaking out, as I said, avoiding drinking, smoking. Good luck with that too. I mean, I'm just telling you, as it is. And there are certain things that you can add to your diet and to your nutrition. So for one, things that you want to avoid, and I actually made a list here. So avoid sugar, alcohol, processed foods. Come on, I mean, make an effort. If it's not because of your waistline is getting out of control, well, this one you want to survive, right? So there you go. Avoid processed foods as much as possible. And you also want to this one is a little struggle, I know, because I've been seeing the studio and the gyms, people trying to avoid it because, well, yeah, you get extra exposure, but at the same time you're getting an array of good hormones when you work out, And working out for certain types of workouts for a certain amount of time will actually help boost your immune system. I mean, if you're doing like long bouts of cardio endlessly, kind of like people when what people do in New Year's, for New Year's resolution, is actually going to be detrimental. But anyways, doing certain types of exercise for a moderate duration will help. Things like sleep will help a lot. Meditation will help. Remember, I talked about the cortisol levels. Well, yeah, this one will actually help with the cortisol. So some mindfulness, meditation, whatever you call it, will help you cope with these things, and that is actually going to boost your immune system. Certain things like phytonutrients is a pretty loosely used term, because there's so many things that are not necessarily well known, but it's just, in other words, like all you want to do is just eat your fruits and vegetables, leafy greens and things like that, chlorophyll, some of those things. Your vitamins, especially A, D, and E, will help a lot. Well, C maybe, but most of the liposoluble vitamins will help and boost your immune system. So those you want to keep in handy, and you want to make sure that you take not the RDA amount. You want to find out what the right amount for you, your age, your gender, your physical activity are, and you want to make sure that you take enough of them. All right, not overdo, but take enough of them. Zinc is very powerful in boosting immune system. So that's one thing that you want to keep handy, and you want to take like all year round. Forget about the virus. I mean, any virus, any pathogen, any condition, so you do want to have that handy, and you want to actually take zinc. Again, make sure that you're taking the right amount of the right type of supplements, so that you get the most out of them. You just don't waste your money, or you don't overdo it in the case of liposoluble vitamins, because that's not something to be played with. And yeah, I mean, I'm not sure I'm telling you exactly what you wanted to hear, but remember this: avoiding contagion comes down to not avoiding exposure. It's to improving or boosting your immune system. That is the one thing that is within your control. And the first step is calm down. All right? Talk to you later. Cheers.